Hey, welcome back to the channel. Subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and like this video, man, and comment down below. Let me know where y'all from. Let me know if you're a fan of Young Dolph. Let's get right into it, man. So look, they all tell it on each other. They all tell it on each other. They done got CMG. They had Question Big Jook. They got the Lotto Cash Desto Dad guy. And so what's happening right now as we speak is they are telling on each other, man. That's how they're finding these people so quick. It took them all year to come up with this, and as soon as they started questioning them, look how all these people pop up out of the woodworks that they start finding, they start taking down. It should be no surprise that they all telling on each other, because when everything hits the fan, you know that they all gonna look out for themselves. They are not no longer a team. They're gonna ride on each other out and basically throw each other under the bus when it comes down to it, because now it's every man for himself. And because of the severity of the Dolph situation, like, they don't want everything to come down on them. They know that they all has some type of ties with CMG. They just don't want to be the one to give it up like that. So they pointing fingers to the next man, and the next man, they go and talk to him, and he's pointing fingers to this guy and that guy. And that's how they're going person to person, basically snatching everybody up until they figure out exactly who in CMG was involved, who was not involved. It is many different situations and theories, man. Another one is the fact that everybody knows about the whole incident with Yo Gotti's baby mama and Dolph, and that he still could have been salty about that. Like, Yo Gotti was definitely still salty about that. Definitely could have been some type of situation where, he could have had something to do with the fact that this thing could have been a setup. And now that you see that it's got people literally got Yo Gotti's brother questioned for it. And it's like, if his brother got questioned for it, then what's Yo Gotti's involvement? Because most of the time when you look at a situation like that, the money to do this is coming from somewhere, and it looks like it's going up the chain of commands, and the only person next in line is Yo Gotti. And while on the same topic, it's like Black Youngsta's another person that's getting looked at, because of the fact that he's the one that did 100 shots in Charlotte and everything like that. And just for the plain simple reason that, he's the one that's been going out and trying to target Dolph, like he's been looking for him. He posted that music video and everything. He did that one diss in Dallas in that club. And so from all that being said, you know that Shondell, that's one of the guys that's being looked for, that they released, and ended up figuring out that he's one of the people that's involved. Well, that dude is literally directly tied to Black Youngsta, just due to the fact that they had videos together they posted on Instagram pulling up into Castalia, which is one of Young Dolph's hoods or home bases and stuff. And that's where a lot of the PRE artists hang out at right now in Memphis. Well, Black Youngsta and his buddy Shondell, who's literally on the run for the Dolph situation, they pulled up in Castalia looking for Dolph one time, strapped up and everything. They brought a whole bunch of people with them, and they couldn't find Dolph, but like they were trying to intimidate and post on social media that they were in the hood and that they couldn't do nothing, and that, look, we're in your hood and this and that. Just a whole bunch of nonsense, basically. And just due to that, you got to understand that that's Shondell in the back of that video. So Black Youngsta knows them. Like, these guys actually know each other to the point where they pulling up and sliding with each other to do drills, or whether it's to go and pull up into somebody's hood or whatever. And so just from that, you should already know that, okay, there's a way that Black Youngsta is tied into this. And so now that's multiple people from CMG, including the artist. And it's like at a certain level, you got to cut all that stuff out, because the CMG should have never been doing that. They should have stuck to the music. They should have stuck to what was working for them, instead of looking over at Dolph. And, a lot of people were saying that they were jealous of Dolph not wanting to be with CMG, and the whole situation, from a lot of times that Yo Gotti tried to get Dolph and he couldn't do it. He failed at it, or Dolph didn't want to. And at one point they worked together, and they don't no more. But everybody in the city was calling Young Dolph the king of Memphis. So people liked Dolph way better, and he had a lot better reputation. So when it came down to it, the people over there favored Dolph way more, and that just added on to what could have made CMG, Yo Gotti, and everybody else jealous. And it's because that they were number two in their own city, and they're the ones who had more artists. They're the ones who had the connections, like to Jay-Z and all this other stuff. Like, they're people who were throwing deals at Moneybagyo's way, and they still had to try to compete with Dolph, but Dolph wasn't even competing with them because he was his own boss on his own level. There was really nobody that could tell him what to do because he had to make his own moves and put his own artists on and stuff like that. Well, at the same time, he told us about how Yo Gotti was throwing his artists under the bus just to get a chance to get some bread off of Dolph. And so from that being alone, you got to understand that there's so many different ways that CMG could be tied up into this, whether it's the people, the place, the timing of everything, or just the history of the whole situation. And, you know, all the Young Dolph fans are looking at it like, okay, finally there's justice being gotten, and a year later and everything like that. But they already knew that who the people were. Like people already knew that CMG, Big Jook, or somebody from Yo Gotti's side was going to get questioned or had something to do with it. And now that the pictures came out with a lot of Cash Desto's dad hanging out with Big Jook and CMG and Yo Gotti, it just goes to show that they all are connected. Like, they all could have talked about this, and that if one of them goes down, they might tell on the other person. So it's really just a matter of time. And maybe Yo Gotti's going to try to throw some money at those people, throw some money in their books to make it so that they don't tell or squeal. So we're really going to figure that out, because they don't want to have to go down for that bad. And a lot of people are like, they're not going to like him due to the fact that Dolph was a big boss. So they're all like, yeah, you guys are haters if you actually did have something to do with the Dolph situation. And so, you know, at this point, all the fans are looking at it like, man, this is crazy, because these guys have been feuding for so many years before, so much back and forth in Memphis and Charlotte, even in LA with everything going down. And it's a lot of people involved, including the artist on Dolph's side, the artist on CMG side, and you got all these little type of operations that they got going on, and that you couldn't have none of the CMG people hang out or do any type of features or any type of collab with the PRE people, because the people from CMG were basically told by Yo Gotti that it's a on-site beef, or that they're basically signed or hired to beef with Dolph or to beef with PRE. So like, they had, you know, ulterior motives every time, and that's why they couldn't work together, or else, you know, everybody would be talking about how they should have squashed the beef and worked together to try to bring Memphis together. But that's not how it works when you got Yo Gotti's people on one side who were told, who were paid, like incentivized to try to beef with Dolph and start up a lot of stuff, man. Because at the end of the day, you know, Yo Gotti was mad about the whole situation with his baby mama. And it's like, yeah, of course he's going to be mad. You know, a lot of people would be mad if their baby mama kind of switched up and did something with another person too. So it's like, you know, there's two sides to each coin. And so, but that don't give the reason for him to come back like 10 years later and still be holding a grudge for that reason. So because of all that, let me know down below what you guys think. If you're a Young Dolph fan, let me know where y'all from. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, comment, and like, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.